Okay. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids of all ages. Hey, I'm Scotty T from Your Comedy Minute. I am joined today by Dave from Total Blackout Painting. If you have not seen this man's work, you really should. I'm going to put the links on this video to his Etsy and to YouTube, and he has a Twitter page as well. Dave, how are you?
I'm fantastic. Thanks for having me on, man. I appreciate it.
Great to have you here. Now you're in Boise, Idaho, is that right?
Yep. I'm in Boise.
Were you born and raised there, Dave?
I was born in Idaho. I was actually born at the same hospital that Aaron Paul was born at.
Oh, okay.
Same year too. Aaron Paul and I are the same year, born at the same hospital.
No shit.
Yeah, he was born at, but it's not a hospital anymore.
Oh,
but you know
how life changes,
right?
But so tell the people about it's rather me describing it. You tell the people about your channel and what you do.
So I do spray painting. Shorts primarily. Okay. I do some live streams once a week. I do a live stream where I paint in black light. I have my patio all wired up with black lights.
Okay.
I just paint. I live in an apartment, so I just paint on my patio.
Okay.
I got to keep it kind of compact. So compact and fluid. I've had my shit set up there for a few days, so I'll be lucky if they don't come and nag at me for having my
all right.
Usually I set up and break down every night.
Are you slave to the weather? If it rains, is it covered, or you're okay that way?
I'm covered, but to a degree.
Right. Yeah, if it comes in on the side.
Yeah, if it comes in on the side, and I was doing a lot of painting in the winter.
Yeah.
So like if you look in like way back at some of my earlier videos, I was actually painting while it was snowing. So
because you've been with me for a while, I go out and do those quickies. You're a Comedy Minute quickie, and I stand out there, and it is so cold sometimes.
Yeah,
because I go out and I do them on my porch, and my buddy who put the merchandise together said, "I got to make sweatshirts for you." So that's how I got these sweatshirts.
That's a good idea.
I'll tell you, even though I have a sweatshirt and I have long underwear on, there's times I go out there and I go, "You're a Comedy Minute." God damn, it's cold. I do maybe 2 jokes, and that's it. It's like, I come in and I try and get warm, and then I go out and you're a Comedy Minute.
Right. Well, anyway, it gets a lot colder where you're at than it does here too.
Oh yeah. Well, anyway, so you started in November of 2022. You have over 600 videos up. You're like a workhorse.
I was, yeah. I've fallen off like this. Well, I got a flu earlier this week.
Right.
And so I have a lot of footage that I need to edit. So this week I'll have a shit ton of videos. I painted this weekend. I did 3 live streams.
Right.
I did my normal Friday one. I did one on Saturday.
You collaborated with somebody, right?
I did. I collaborated with he's a digital artist from Norway. His name's Trim. He's a really cool guy. Let me see. We ended up doing this painting, picture last time. So I did the background, he did the foreground. This time we're doing another one. It reminds
me, and I can't see it well because my eyes are so bad. Do you remember the movie The Fly?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah.
That's cool. That character. Yeah. Okay.
Make that
you know what I mean.
That's good because someone else told me it looked like a cosmic fleshlight, and so I like The Fly.
Cosmic fleshlight. I think
The Fly is a much better. I like that description a lot better.
When you look at it, doesn't it look like that to you?
It's got, it kind of does. So it was like, so when I look at it, because I can see what we were looking at, because we were kind of going for like that one thing on Star Trek, that old the ship on Star Trek that was like going to eat the planet.
Okay.
The Enterprise that one time. So we kind of were going on that. And then Trim's a really big fan of Transformers.
Okay.
So, and actually I'm a Lovecraftian horror fan. So I kind of wanted something a little Lovecraftian, and then he decided to do that.
So now, because that's so cool, you do the backdrop and then he puts that in over top.
Yep. He does so it's a digital image. He's a digital artist, so he just draws it and he does it on stream. He did this drawing in he did it really quick. I think our stream was like an hour and a half or something.
Right.
So some of his paintings take a long time, but this one was not one of them.
Well, and it's funny because you mentioned that, and now you say about the editing. How long roughly does it take you to do? If you want, put up, one of my favorites is the Marilyn Monroe or whatever.
Yeah.
If you can put that one up, or put anyone up. And my question is, how long does it take you? Because what I see is the finished product. I see the YouTube shorts.
We see 45 seconds.
The cat, and then there's music playing and spray can and all of a sudden it's over.
Yep.
So my question is, how long does it take to actually make one?
So the Marilyn Monroe actually didn't take that long because because the Marilyn itself is just on a white.
It's a stencil.
It's a stencil,
right?
And it's a stencil on the bare paper. And then it only has like the one ring and everything. So this one I think this took about 30 minutes to make.
Okay. What would you say the average is?
They're usually so my average stream on Friday nights is an hour and a half. This last one was 2
I'm
hours.
Talking about
so the average, so I usually get about 3 paintings in that time.
Okay, so about 30 minutes.
It's 30 to 40 minutes per painting generally.
Okay. So, and can I ask you, Dave, how did you learn to do this, or was it something you've always done?
No, so I started out, I had 4 cans of spray paint.
Really?
I had a red and a gold and a black and a white.
All right.
Just hanging around here.
Right.
And so I have a shit ton of canvases because I'm a freak about collecting art stuff. Okay. So I have lots of paint. I paint minis. Here's another thing. So I make minis too. So here's my.
Oh, okay. Oh, I like that. That's a COVID.
It's a Mike Wazowski.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, it actually reminds me of COVID.
Yeah, it does. It does look like COVID. Actually,
no, but I love that movie. I love Monsters Inc.
Yeah, so I got a bunch of these little Mike Wazowski toys from the Dollar Tree, and I put arms and eyes on them and turn them into these little monsters. So I have this one, and I got another one here. Oh shit! Don't fall over. I'm gonna reach into my little trophy case, and here's another one that I made.
Oh wow!
It's a bit more sinister. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not as friendly, but
that's cool.
I want to actually record and make videos of me making these too, but I got to get around to doing it, and I haven't. It's just finding the time and the motivation to do it.
Yeah, time is tough.
Yeah, but the time is really the hardest part.
Yeah, you mentioned that you'd been with me now for. You said I had 2,000 subscribers, and now I'm 10,000 some.
Yeah.
I have so much material that to go back over, that's basically what I'm going to do for a while, because I'm finding that I got a lot of stuff. When you look at, you have 600 videos, I have 5,000 videos,
right?
And, there's a lot of stuff I can go back and I don't need to be out there, but it takes time. The editing is, we talked about that a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And it doesn't take me that long to edit and I was using Clipchamp originally.
Right. Okay.
And when I got my computer set back up, I started to try to use it again, but it just runs it runs really slow on mine, because I was using the free version.
What do you use, if you don't mind me asking, Dave?
Right now, I'm just using UCut on my phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have the pro version of that on my phone, but then I have OneShot on my PC, which is the open source one.
OneShot.
I haven't played around with my editing. I haven't played around with it that much.
Yeah, no. Well,
but yeah, I really did like Clipchamp. I thought it was a pretty easy to use.
Yeah, well, I'm sharp as a bowling ball, so yeah, that's good for me. But yeah, what I found is, where I'm doing the Your Comedy Minute Quickie and the joke, Your Comedy. I mean, after about a minute of that, my father would say that a little of that goes a long way. So that's when I decided to start cutting out the Your Comedy Minute Quickie and just so it's joke.
Yeah.
And I find it very interesting that 30-minute worth of artwork is condensed down to a minute, 2 minutes, sometimes. Yeah. Now on your longer videos though, they'll run 6, 7, 10 minutes or whatever.
Yeah. I put out time lapse of my my Friday streams. I chop up
Okay, is that
and
what
put
that
out a
is?
time lapse of those generally.
Right.
But then I did recently put out a, let's see, where is it? Okay, I gotta find it. I did recently put out a video series on, it was these ones. So I put out a video that was just showing the making of all threes, and it was 3 minutes long. It was really short.
Okay.
But it was because I liked the theme.
But so now there you put 3 up. So basically that's like maybe an hour and a half of work that got called down to 3 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
but it's hard, you know, and you mentioned your live streams because, and I said where you have the cat in one corner and you got this down here. Yep. I'm like, holy hell, you're an amazing man.
I'll pull this up again. Yeah. Well, because I end up, so the reason why I started recording, like doing live streams and stuff, is because I already have the camera set up. And so I'm recording, it's like, I might as well stream it part of the time. And so, and there's a lot of the time when I'm like, the reason why it's so easy for me to edit my shit down to like 45 minutes, or from 45 minutes to like a minute, is because it's a lot of standing there waiting for stuff to dry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, and so I try to keep
about that.
So that's why I try to stay engaged with the chat as much as I can, but I get zoned in, I get focused in on my work, and so I don't really get it. Like but I want the cat videos there, of course, because I love my cats, and I'm gonna I show them off as much as I can. But then also, like, it's keeps people entertained in the background while we're waiting for stuff to happen.
Okay.
So that's the idea of it. I don't know if it does. Maybe it just makes me happy. But
I'll share this with you because you know I've supported you from the beginning, from when you started your channel. I've done as much as I could and continue and will continue to try to help you along.
And I really appreciate it.
Your Etsy or your channel or whatever you venture into, whether it be the little mini things or whatever. Someone said to me, and this is just maybe some food for thought for you. You know the story. I got fired from Lowe's and I started your Comedy Minute. And I was maybe a month or so into it. And a very good friend of mine, yes, I do have a friend or two. A very good friend of mine said, you know, Scotty, there's not an instruction manual on how to start a comedy channel.
Yeah.
You know, there's not an instruction manual on this is good or how to do this or don't do that. And I will say, even though I'm not as far along as I'd like to be, I've learned a lot. And like right now, I told you that I'm pivoting a little bit. You know, I'm not going to do the lives for a little while because they were killing me. I put forth all this effort, finding stories, jokes, put a set list together, and to get 10 views, maybe 2 hours worth of view time. I don't mean to be ungrateful, but that's not going to get it done for me.
Right.
I'm concentrating now more on, and you know, whatever way you go, I think you're going to be a success because you're not lazy, you work your ass off, and two, you're putting out good quality product.
Well, I appreciate that. I have been really lazy the last week, but I've slipped. I need to get in on it.
Year, Dave, is nothing.
Yeah. I need to, but I will have. I don't have much on my Etsy right now. I just don't have that many listings because they expired, and re-putting those on there was going to cost me a lot. And oh shit, here's a story about that.
Does it cost you? I thought Etsy was free.
It costs you to put the initial listing is free. To repost something on a listing that's expired costs money. And then once you have a listing, it costs you every month to have a listing on Etsy. And it's not a lot. It's like 20 cents per listing. But I had like 40 things on there. And, you know, and I have probably 200 or 300 sheets of paper sitting in the back that I could list.
Right.
But I just don't.
Do they take a chunk when it sells?
They do.
So it's like eBay. I've sold on eBay. I have 20,000, 200,000 positive feedbacks on eBay. I sold for years on eBay.
Oh, nice. You're selling records on eBay?
Yeah, records and posters and all kinds of stuff.
Right on. Yeah, no, I used to sell shit on. Actually, I sold records on eBay way back in the day too.
Yeah, yeah.
Me and my God, this was in the mid 2000, 2006, 2007.
Okay.
Again, we were hitting up all the thrift stores trying to find like old jazz
Sure,
records and
sure.
stuff and selling them on eBay and shit and
Well,
flipping them on eBay.
for me, you couldn't beat the price.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got them free.
Yeah, there you go.
It was I didn't lose any money.
Well, and I guess there's huge forums for that. Like one of the guys I used to work with a couple of jobs ago he was from LA and he was way into the underground music scene in LA.
Right.
And so he was like, I think he was a DJ or something. And so he has shit tons of like really, really rare, just really weird, eclectic, like esoteric records.
That stuff probably brings big money.
Yeah, he doesn't sell it on eBay. They have different forums. Like they have separate forums that those guys go on to that are just Discogs and a few other ones. Yeah. Yep. So
anyway, you were going to tell me an Etsy. I interrupted. I apologize about.
Oh yeah. Etsy. Yeah, no. So I have I only have one listing on there. It's just the custom painting listing. But in October, I'm getting ready to drop a whole bunch of new stuff on there. Okay. And then so the story unrelated to Etsy. So I have a neighbor, Raina, she's an older gal, lives with her mom. And I love them. They're very nice ladies.
Right.
One of the Marilyn Monroe paintings, and she's in the video. I gave her one of my Marilyn Monroe paintings. Okay. She was the one who insisted I sign.
Yeah, right.
One of them, and then I gave another one to another gal, and she had me sign that one too. But actually, the one I have up here, I gave to this one. I gave to her.
Yeah.
And so she was really.
Remind me to do the joke. There's a joke about the artist and the guy that buys all the paintings.
Okay.
You know that one?
No, I haven't heard that.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Finish your story.
Yeah. So I know Raina and her mom live on a fixed income, and so I came home one day, and I've given her shit tons of things. Because I love her. She gives me ideas, and I'm like, that's a cool idea. I'm gonna go make that, and so I'll give her usually what I make from that. She's like, I got some money in my pocket. I want to come look at your stuff and buy something from you. I was like, awesome. I will gladly sell you something. And so she came over and I brought out a giant stack, and she sorted through it and picked out about 12 things, and like some of my favorite things, like some of my like all of the Lord of the Rings things I made, like some of the cool blacklight things. I know
where this is going.
Yeah, some really great things, and it's cool. I was like, awesome. I'm glad someone will appreciate it. And we get to the end, and she's like, okay, here. She hands me $25, and I was like, thanks. I was very gracious. I was like, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I was like, well, otherwise they're just sitting in my back fucking room and nobody's enjoying.
Yeah, but
so
still.
But
I know the feeling.
Yeah, but I was just like, and so my youngest son was sitting on the computer, and while this happened, and after she left, I went back and I went to the bathroom and came back, and I was just like, I leaned down to him and I just went, fuck. I was like, I had already decided I was going to give her what she wanted before she walked in the fucking door.
Right.
But I had just hoped that she
wouldn't pick out your prized possessions.
Well, no, it wasn't even that. Like,
no,
I'm totally
just
cool with
stuff
her.
That you had yeah, I get it.
I was just hoping that she was going to give me more than like fucking $2 a painting.
Yeah.
So no, it's like, well, she got $200 worth of time and paper and paint for $25. But someone is appreciating that. So
the joke I was going to tell, and I don't know that it's gonna, because I don't remember exactly how it goes. Something along the lines of the guy has a batch of paintings in a gallery, and he comes in and he says, that man just bought, or that man over there just bought a batch of your paintings. And he's like, really? He said, yeah. He said, he said, oh, it's my doctor. In other words, like the ladies that have you sign it, they may be onto something. They know he's going to kick off.
Right.
My doctor just bought all my paintings. He must know something I don't know. But no, I'm kidding you.
That's
but
a good one. I like that.
No, it's I didn't tell it real well, but and that's like with you, I've noticed, because I've been with you since you started, and I noticed you've really honed your skills down. You were saying that you started with 4 cans of paint.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, you do some very what amazes me about what you do, Dave, and please, for all of you that are watching this, please go check it out. How magical it is that you're there and you're going, and all of a sudden, voila, holy heck, I mean, especially the space stuff. I don't know if you can change it, to some of what I'm talking about. Yeah, like those, where you have like I guess it's a metal, cup or something, and you spray around it, and then when you pull it up, it's like magic.
I've got a bunch of different sides. Like I get platters from the dollar store, stuff like that.
Right.
I've got a bunch of bowls. I have tons of paper that I just cut stuff out of.
Right.
Like I have some
stencils. That's cool.
Like this is
I really
a soup
like
can to make the little bubbles.
Was that one Destruction or something? Isn't that one called Destruction or something?
I think it might be.
Something like that. I saw that one. But it's interesting to me, Dave, not to interrupt you, but how much I've learned about what you do, that a half-hour painting gets, for me or for anyone that watches it, it's down to a short where it's, it's called the cat, boom, 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 boom. All of a sudden we got to finish painting in a minute, or, where you're taking the streams and you did point out that some of it is the drying of the paint, but it's neat to me how, and now to learn that, it takes you a half hour to do them, that I'm watching in 2 minutes. It's just amazing.
Yeah, most of my videos are edited at 25x speed, so they're sped up quite a bit.
I bet people wish they'd speed mine up 25x.
But yeah, I got banned off Twitter for 3 years for calling someone retarded. So I posted, if you go to my Twitter page and look at the top, the pinned post, says this is the meme that got me banned for 3 years.
Right. No, I've seen that.
The Spider-Man meme. And yeah, so that was Sayara Rao, who was like a weird race baiter. She said something, she posted a tweet like, "Dear white people, what do you prefer to be called?" And it was like,
how about just my name?
Yeah, my name. That's what most of them were. And so I posted that meme. Like, this is the kind of shit that makes people think you're retarded. And I got banned. Someone reported me. I got banned.
Just the word retarded. Just the word retarded.
Oh yeah, that'll get you nicked sometimes.
It's gotten so bad with cancel culture. You can't say. That's why my lives, I loosened it up a little bit. And now it's like, you know what? I'm throwing caution to the wind. I don't give a shit. I'm going to say what I want to say. It's hard because, for me, like I did, I don't know. Did you see the Thomas Jefferson joke I did last night?
I didn't see it yet. No.
Okay. Well, I'll do it for you.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
It's really bad. and it's now, again, it's kind of like I have to put a disclaimer in front of this. I found it on YouTube Live number 20 last night. I was editing stuff and I found it and I said, I'm going to do it. The teacher says to the class, what is one thing that Thomas Jefferson had more than any other president? And this little black kid raises his hand up and she goes, correct. Now, Dave, let me tell you what happened. Needless to say, I didn't. There's some people. The subscriber count went down a little bit. I had some people tell me to go fuck myself. You racist prick. You're making fun of slavery, and you said, I don't even want to go into that shit because that's what I'm coming up on 4 years doing this. And there's parts of it I love. Like I love the very beginning of this interview where you said, I'm an IT guy.
Yeah.
And I actually like that more than the painting. Well, I love doing comedy, and I don't like all the bullshit that comes with it where I sit there and go, well, I don't know if I should do that. No,
Yeah, right.
I don't know. Thomas Jefferson. And, it's just, it's now that's why you, the paint cans, you're safe. You're golden.
Right, right. Well, so that's what, like, on my streams, I got to be a little careful with that. Like, it was 2 weeks
Yeah,
ago.
it's pretty
I have
it's
my,
pretty fuck laden. There's a
it
lot of
is,
fuck.
it very much is. Like, I realized one time my oldest son was yelling at my youngest one, like, God damn it, Hiram, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, and I just yelled, Kaiser, Jesus fucking Christ. And then I realized after I'd said that, I was like, oh, fuck, that ship's kind of sailed at this point.
Well,
Like, we're already off the fucking rails. So.
what's funny is that some people, if you say, God damn, oh, there we go. There's my buddy. Oh my God, do I love that cat.
Yeah, he's a sweet guy.
What's his name?
This one's Rorschach.
Oh, yeah, Rorschach. And the other one is
Snake.
Okay, yeah. I love that cat. That's something that I should point out to people. What's neat is Dave has almost all his videos start with the cat, but beyond that, like the music is incredible. Like you had the Toadies, you just went and saw the Pixies. I guess that's where a lot of the music just is. It's so good, and it goes with what you're doing. I just love what you're doing, Dave. Honest to God.
I spend, I think of when I'm editing my videos and I see how the pieces coming together. Sometimes I just get a song in my head and I'm like, I'll go grab this one. And so I'll go download it. And there's been a few of them that I put together and they actually got blocked. Like blocked entirely. Like you can't use any Ramon song.
No. I found that out the hard way.
Yeah. No Ramon songs.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of shit that's just blocked in Russia, which is weird.
Yeah, no, I had that too. Believe it or not, I do the Web Wilder Credo at the start of every live.
Oh, yeah.
Rock hard, either.
Yeah.
Web told me I could play Baby Please Don't Go, which is nice. It's a cover, but it was his version. And I got YouTube's not here, nope, not in this here. I'm like, it's Web song.
Yeah.
But it's I love your title on your YouTube where it says painting and cats, but not painted cats, because that would just be weird. I love that. I just think that's great.
Thanks. I just kind of threw that up I just kind of came up with that.
No, it's fantastic. But beyond the painting and the IT stuff, where do you see this going? I mean, do you hope to?
Well, so initially I started the channel. So it's from I got encouraged by a bunch of guys on Discord. That's like my main social outlet is Discord. And so I was encouraged by a bunch of guys from a podcast called The Sultans of Shadowley. And because I was painting, I was unemployed at the time, looking for a job, and so I just was painting to kill time. And they were like, "You should record that and put it on YouTube." I was like, "Yeah, okay, I'll do that." But then I thought, and then people were saying, "Well, people will buy that. People would buy that stuff if you sold it." And so I was like, "Okay, well, I'll throw together an Etsy and throw together the YouTube channel."
For a second, it's only been a year.
I started in November. Yeah.
Yeah, not even a year.
Yep, not even a year.
What you've accomplished is amazing.
Thanks. I really I think I got so big so quick because I was really consistent. I'm pretty sure about that.
And you said it too. YouTube. I used to complain because I've been doing it 4 years. I just want a level playing field, and YouTube doesn't do that. All of a sudden, you go from whatever to now I don't know what I did wrong. Maybe it was the Thomas Jefferson joke, but all of a sudden I'm in the shitter. My numbers are in the shitter.
Well, I can track, like if I look at my analytics, I can track my views were like this, and then I hit 1,000 subs. And two things happened then. My views actually started they didn't plateau, they started to fall off. But then also that was when my shoulder was hurt, so I had to take a couple days off. And then I went camping for a weekend and I missed some uploads then.
So
And so
you
I
think
broke my consistency schedule,
you
and I
think it's
think that's what did
consistency?
it. I think
Yeah,
so.
well, and I got to admit, it's like I told you, I'm not doing the lives anymore for a while. I
Hmm.
used to do every 2 hours, I would do quickies. And
Oh wow.
now I'm down to I do 2 quickies a day.
Yeah.
That's it. Just because, YouTube, it's like we talked about. We do all that work to get 14 views or 12 views. I'm
Right.
out there, I shoot the quickie, I come in, I put it up, and 6 views, 8 views. Well,
Right.
after a while, you say, screw that.
Yeah, and and so I'm really torn about the whole thing because, I mean, I started my channel to drive traffic to an Etsy page and to kill time.
Right,
But more than anything, what I started my channel for was just to share art, and just
right,
because I really liked the I really liked the landscapes I was painting, and I was looking at a
right.
lot of space paintings and stuff at the time. And so we're running out of time here. And
No, we're all right.
so
We're all right. We got another 8 minutes or so. Because I
okay,
want you to tell me, you said you got a story or two for me.
I do. Okay, so let me
But
jump
no,
in.
no, finish up what you were going to say.
Oh, so yeah, so I really liked the things that I was painting, and I
Yeah.
and I and I wanted to share them. And so I feel like my motivation shouldn't necessarily be views. I'm getting kind of high-minded about it, right? Like, and maybe that's probably just to make myself feel better about YouTube fucking me for
No, but
views.
Dave,
But
Dave, that's a
yeah,
great point.
yeah,
Because like yesterday, I'll put up, I'll put something up, and I think, oh, that's great. And you're sitting there an hour later, 2 hours, it's still sitting at 12 or 14. And it's just it can really, emotionally. That's why I had to stop doing the lives.
yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah, and so I just need
but
to stop being so emotionally invested in it.
I love what you said, because that's what I thought. I just want to bring joy to people. I just want to make them laugh.
Yeah,
If I make you laugh, one person each day, then I did something good. Leave the world a little better place than I found it. But yeah, it's hard not to get caught up in it.
yeah,
Because your heart,
it is.
a little bit of you is in each one of those paintings. A little bit of me is in every joke, everything I do.
Yep. It is, and that's kind of the part of the. I guess it's kind of one of the hazards of social media too, is that
Oh,
you get super invested in it. So that's why I don't do that much of it, is because I get too invested in a lot of
I
it.
don't.
So
Don't tell anybody. Okay, this is between you and me. I'll never. I don't like social media. I don't
oh,
spend. I spend about a frog hair's amount of time on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, any of them. I put my video up, and I'll see you later. Put my video up. See
yeah,
you later. I don't. I don't have time for it.
yeah. That's really like I just have better things to do, and it's on like I spend more time like listening to or watching YouTube videos, and
Yeah.
I'm behind on your stuff because I haven't been watching as many
No,
shorts, and
that's I
so
don't care.
like
We go
because
back.
I mean
How long do we go back? We go back a couple years or so, don't
I
we?
think so. I think
Yeah,
so.
you've been watching my stuff for a long time, and I'm very grateful for it.
Yeah, because I
You
don't
see,
think
you
you
see me
had.
just nosedive into oblivion. See
Well,
me go to the
because
shitter.
I was trying to think when I first subscribed to your channel. I don't think you were. I don't think you had 2,000 subs, maybe even if that.
Yeah,
Like it was a long time ago when I first subbed to your
yeah. No,
channel.
it's been a long time, and I'm grateful. Anyway,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
got about 6 minutes, so
Let
I
me.
don't, because you told me and you teased me about some game show story.
Oh, yeah. That's gonna take a good 20 minutes to tell that
Oh,
story.
really?
Yeah, it's gonna take a
Well,
while.
we'll
So
do
let.
that if it's okay with you. We'll do that on the next one if you want. Next time we do one of these, if we have time.
Yeah, absolutely,
But anyway,
absolutely.
so you have a story. Can you squeeze one in here?
I've got a really quick one. So
Okay.
when I was a
Yeah,
kid, my
one other thing, real quick. You
yeah.
said you had a joke that you were going to tell me beforehand. I want you to
Oh,
tell me live.
okay. Okay. I'll tell you that joke right now because it's the worst. Okay, so now I
Good,
refer to
good,
this
good.
as
Worst joke you got.
this is the worst joke known to mankind. Okay.
Okay.
So this little girl is 4 years old and she's taking a shower with her mom one day and she points up to her crotch and is like,
I
"Mommy,
know it.
what's that?" You've heard it.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh,
Let the
you've
people
heard
hear
that.
it.
She's like, "Oh, Mommy, what's that?" She's like, "Well, honey, that's pubic hair." Like, when will I get that? She's like, "Oh, when you're older, when you're
Older.
older,
Yeah.
don't worry." And so then later she's taking a shower with her dad, points up at his crotch and says, "Daddy, Daddy, what's that?" And he's like, "Well, honey, that's my penis. And she's like, well, when will I get that? And he says, well, 20 minutes after your mom leaves for
Right
work.
after mom leaves for work. Yeah, yeah.
That was so bad. Okay,
No, that is bad. Yeah, it's like when I do the pedophile jokes. It's like, you know, and I love that kind of stuff. I did one of these the other night, and you got to tell me the story. I won't. I'll shut up. But I did one of these Zooms with the guy from Alabama the other night, and he's a good old boy. You know, I love him. But he said, "Yeah, I love Scotty T jokes. They go like this, and then they turn, they just turn." Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yep.
So go ahead, hit this story.
So when I was a kid, my mom was dating this guy named Isaac. She went to high school with, and he was a local guy from the town I grew up in. And he picked me up one day, and this is every word of this story is true. So he picked me up one day. We're driving. I was walking through town. He stopped to pick me up, and he's telling me a story about his friend that worked at the golf course there. Shadow Butte was the name of it. And so, friend works at the pro shop. Said one day this woman came in mad as hell. She's like, God damn it, you guys are not taking good care of this golf course. I pay a lot of money for my membership. I just got stung by a bee on the course. And the guy's like, oh my God, that's just horrible. You got stung by a bee on the golf course? And she's like, yes, stung by a bee. And he says, oh my God, where'd you get stung? And she says, well, I got stung between the first and second hole. And he said, well, your stance is too wide. And now when I say that is an honest, because he honestly told me everything about that story is true. That is honestly what
Are you sure? Because that's a joke. That's a joke.
Oh no, it's totally a joke. It's
totally
a joke.
My dinosaur laughing.